To achieve great things in life, you don't have to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth, but it definitely helps. Nevertheless, many of today's millionaires had modest beginnings. Growing up poor didn't deter these CEOs, entertainers, and business gurus from achieving success, and it shouldn't deter you either. For the most part, billionaires who weren't born that way aren't young. Even if they were born into wealth, it takes a long time to go from $1 million to $1 billion. Some people, however, have no patience to wait around for the thousands of millions to come pouring in, so they find a way to make the gargantuan bucks super fast. Take a look at how these renowned people got to the top. Whether you need some motivation to start your own business or want to learn how to become a millionaire. If you're a first-time viewer, click the red subscribe button and enjoy, as today we are discussing how these 8 poor guys became self-made billionaires.
If you're a billionaire, it's probably hard to find friends, because are they genuine friends, or they just want to hang out because you have everything?
Number 8. Howard Schultz. Net worth $3 billion. Howard Schultz is the man behind what is probably the most popular coffee brand in the world, Starbucks. But it didn't all happen overnight. It took years before finally being able to reap the fruits of its hard work, but it was all worth the wait. His desire to better himself began as he grew up with poor parents. His father worked one odd job to another, but Howard forced his way out and got himself admitted to college on a football scholarship. He was the first in the family to graduate from college. He became a general manager for Hammer, passed to the Swedish drip coffee maker that was his first encounter with the world of the coffee business. In 1987, he bought Starbucks, which was only a small chain in Seattle. Today, more than 17,000 Starbucks stores spread in many countries worldwide. Something most people don't know is the magic 242 number. Howard Schultz got rejected 242 times by investors in order to finance Starbucks. He didn't give up. 243 was the charm and the beginning of one of the most successful business stories in the world. Number 7. Stephen Piscotty. Net worth $3.9 billion. The face of Season 2, Scotty is familiar among NFL fans. He has been the owner of the Baltimore Ravens since he bought the NFL team 12 years ago. His father passed away when he was just a little kid. Stephen's mom had to raise him along with his 2 siblings alone. He worked hard to finally get admitted to the Street State University, where he got his bachelor's degree of arts and sciences. Then, together with his cousin, he was a high-tech temp agency. It was a small business he ran from a basement office. He was so hardly managed to generate $1.5 million in the first year. We have played to have that business grew into a legit group today. It is one of the largest private staffing firms in the world. The 15,000 internal employees and over 120,000 contracted workers all around the world. Number 6. Francois Pinault. Net worth $14.8 trillion. Apart from being married to Salma Hayek and his daughter being one of the richest celebrity kids in the world, Francois is one of the richest men in France. Unlike his daughter, who will inherit his fortune, he grew up dirt poor. He was so poor that he was kiddied and bullied and humiliated all the time, until one day he really couldn't take it anymore and he dropped out. Even though it seemed like a mistake, that decision was the turning point of his career. After dropping out, while joining the family business in Kinder trading, and it was executives are getting acquainted with the business world, he's ever buying smaller firms and merging them into big Conroe that he controls today. We've said it before, be careful who you make enemies with when you're young. He might turn out to be the richest person in the country. Number 5. John Fresh Chicken. Net worth $9.3 billion. He's the richest man in Cyprus and gained as well for owning the world's largest oil tanker fleet. His portfolio covers several industries today that he didn't start out wealthy. John was born to a blue-collar working-class family. His father was just a shipyard welder, and he spent his childhood in a simple life in Oslo, Norway. He crossed paths with shipping overseas when he ran a cargo business in the fishing industry. As he grew older, so did its interest in the business. He moved to Bear Roots, became an oil trader, and for this huge opportunity to start an oil shipping business in the region, he took great risks by picking up all during the Iran-Iraq War back in the 1980s, and that risk paid off big time. Number 4. Thomas Peterffy. Net worth $15.3 billion. Millions of traders who log into Interactive Brokers Group company's website every day should know who this man is. Thomas Peterffy is the owner of the company, but also the mind behind it. When he was still a broker, he built trading models, not just for him, but also other brokers at Wall Street. Thomas was indeed one of the first to pioneer electric trading. If we look back to where he was before all of this, it would be clear to see that Thomas is living the American dream. He came to the United States as a refugee from Hungary during a Russian bombing raid. He didn't even know how to speak English or know anyone. He started from scratch. Years later, he's one of the most influential people in the financial world. Number 3. George Soros. Net worth $24.9 billion. Thomas Peterffy is not the only Hungarian refugee who managed to escape the threat to his own country. George Soros, the founder and chairman of Soros Fund Management, had to go through a similar situation during the Nazi occupation of his country. When he was a teenager, he had to pose as one of the kids of an employee of Hungary's Ministry of Agriculture in order to keep himself safe until he could leave the country. In 1947, when he managed to leave for London and reunite with some of his relatives, George survived by working as a waiter and as a railway porter. His hard work paid off as he managed to put himself through the London School of Economics, where he got a bachelor's degree of arts and sciences. After several jobs, he decided to move to New York and work on Wall Street. That's how he got started in a hedge fund business. The rest is history. Number 2. Sheldon Adelson. Net worth $30.3 billion. Who would have thought the man behind all the splurging history and resorts in Las Vegas and all around the world wasn't struggling in his life? Sheldon Adelson was born to a rutting family in Boston. His mother was a stay-at-home mom, and his dad was a cab driver. He had to drop out of school to get a job in order to survive. He was living paycheck to paycheck from one odd job to another. He sold newspapers and toiletry kits. He also tried court reporting and mortgage brokering. He struck gold by founding Conduct, an annual computer trade show. He didn't stop there. He took the money and he built Las Vegas Sands, which became the largest casino company in the United States today. Today, the 83-year-old man is the richest person in Nevada, and his company is spread all over the world. Number 1. Larry Ellison. Net worth $48 billion. Apple has Steve Jobs, Microsoft had Bill Gates, and Oracle has Larry Ellison. Larry's struggle started early when he was just a kid. He was born to a single mother who couldn't raise him, so he was given to his aunt and uncle. Life seemed to get better until his adoptive mother passed away. Larry decided to drop out of college and moved with everything he had to California. He worked many kinds of odd jobs for 8 years. One of them was putting together databases for the CIA. Then, in 1977, he founded a software development company named Oracle. Although he stepped down as CEO 3 years ago, Oracle is still one of the largest tech companies in the world. What do you guys think about these billionaires? Do you know any of them? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for spending time with us. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another video.